This is the last lesson, and it is the one I would have wanted when I was starting. You have now seen the whole platform. Charter, SIPOC, voice of the customer, value stream maps, measurement, capability, hypothesis tests, root cause, solution selection, control plans, sustainment, the executive report, the replication library. 48 lessons of it. And the risk with a course like this is that you close the last video feeling informed and do absolutely nothing, because the gap between understanding a method and starting a project on a Monday morning is bigger than anybody admits. So this lesson is not new features. It is the smallest honest plan I can give you for your first 30 days. Start where you land. The overview page is your own scoreboard, and it is worth reading carefully the first time. 2 of these panels carry an example badge: the daily activity grid and the improvement journey curve. Those are placeholders. They fill in with your real work as you do it. The tiles underneath are real. Your Sigma level, pooled across every process you have measured. Your median CPK, and how many of those processes are capable. Alex's read 1.5 Sigma, straight off the bottom of the scale. A median CPK of 0, 0 of 3 capable. That is not a flattering scoreboard, and it is not meant to be. It is a baseline. The number that matters is not today's number. It is the gap between today's and the one you have in 90 days. Assignments, in the sidebar. This is where the work actually lives. Day 1, you create 2 projects. Not 1, 2. The first is real, something that annoys you every week, that you can measure without asking anybody's permission, and that somebody above you would notice if it improved. Not the biggest problem in your company. The biggest problem you can actually finish. Invoice approval cycle time. Cut average approval time from 6 days to under 3. And here's the field that matters more than people expect. Real project or training sandbox. Training sandbox is for your second project, the practice one, where you are allowed to be wrong. Sandbox numbers are fenced out of the program scorecard, so a deliberately terrible practice project never drags down the averages your sponsor is looking at. That is exactly what the coffee shop was for in this course. Real project means it counts. It rolls into the portfolio, its savings feed the scorecard, and its toll gates are the ones somebody actually signs. Then create it. That is the whole ceremony, a title, an objective, and one choice about whether it counts. 2 other doors on this page while you are here. Download template gives you the branded Excel workbook, which is how you collect data from people who will never log in. Hand it to a supervisor on a shop floor, get it back filled in. And import from Excel takes that workbook back and builds the assignment structure from it. So you are not retyping anything. If your data already lives in a spreadsheet, and it usually does, start there rather than with an empty screen. One more thing to know about before Monday. Templates. Once you have run a project you are happy with, open it and choose Save as Template. It becomes a reusable blueprint, the charter structure, the schedule, the shape of the thing. And every future project starts pre-filled instead of blank. Here's the one we saved from the support tickets project in the last chapter. This is the difference between doing one project and running a program. The first one is slow because you are inventing the structure. The fourth one is fast because you are not. So, 30 days, 4 weeks, and I am going to be deliberately modest about each one. Week 1, you are not allowed to fix anything. Write the charter, problem, goal, scope, business case. Draw the SIPOC so you know where the process starts and where it stops. Get one named sponsor to agree with that scope in writing. That is the whole week, and skipping it is the single most common way these projects quietly die in month 3. Week 2, you measure what is actually happening. Define the defect in one sentence that 2 different people would score the same way. Collect 25 to 30 real observations, not estimates, not what people remember. Then run capability and get your baseline. CPK, DPMO, Sigma. Now you have a number to beat and a date you got it on. Weeks 3 and 4, you find the cause. Fishbone and 5 whys to generate candidates, Pareto to rank them, and then, this is the part almost everybody skips, a hypothesis test to check that the difference you think you can see is real and not noise. That single habit is what separates a Six Sigma project from a strong opinion. And that is 30 days. Notice what is not in it. No solution, no pilot, no control plan. Improve and control come next, and they take as long as they take. Because a fix you have not proven is just a change. If somebody tells you they will run a full DMAIC on a serious process in 2 weeks, they are either working on something trivial or they are not measuring. That is the course. A few things worth saying plainly at the end. You do not need to be a certified black belt to use any of this. You need a problem you can measure and the discipline not to jump to the solution. The tools are here when you need them and quietly out of the way when you do not. And every number you have watched us calculate in these 50 lessons, you can check by hand, because none of it is magic. The platform will not do the hard part for you. The hard part is going to the place where the work happens and watching it honestly. What it will do is make sure that when you have done that, nothing gets lost. Everything is defensible, and the person who reads your report can follow exactly how you got there. Pick your problem, create the 2 projects, write the charter this week. Thank you for watching all of this. Go and start.